Not just in English football, but in world football. I think if you add together globally, for our global audience, the fans that support these two clubs, it would far outweigh anyone else. Arsenal popular, Chelsea popular, Manchester City as well. But these two globally, Paul, are the biggest clubs worldwide in this division.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. After living in Asia for 8 years, it's only Liverpool and Manchester United. Yes, you got Chelsea when they were having their time, and yes, then you will find a bit of Arsenal and Tottenham, and to be honest, then you have other things. I'll tell you a team which I mentioned, which is very big out in Asia as well, is Leeds United. Leeds are very, very big in Asia as well. Bigger than most of them. We talk, when we mention the Arsenals and the Tottenham. Leeds are very, very big, but you can't go past Liverpool and Manchester United in Asia.
Strange kick-off time, 3:30. I understand it's been brought forward an hour to maybe sort of stop the fans having quite as many pints before the game that they might have done, but I doubt it's going to make an awful lot of difference, cutting it short by an hour. The two managers embrace. We've talked about the differing conditions of both in terms of what's happening at the moment. It must be remembered, though, Liverpool have won their last 3 games, but it's the first time they've won 3 games in a row since the first 3 games of the season. So it's a bit of a sort of spurious statistics. Liverpool are wearing white shirts and black shorts and are in a huddle at the moment. It's a slightly unfamiliar Liverpool team. It's a far more familiar United team with Matheus Cunha. We expected him to be fit and come back and replace Ahmad, who struggled a little on Monday night. He's on the bench. Cunha, who has been excellent and got the winner against Chelsea recently, is in from the start. We've mentioned Salah, he's not here, nor is Isak. Ekitike also is of course unavailable, which we think that Gakpo will start up front. Frimpong on the right side of the attacking 3 behind him. Curtis Jones at right back. As the referee today, Darren England, it's his first game involving one of the so-called Big Six clubs, or 2 of the big so-called Big Six clubs, although Tottenham could become a Big Six championship club if they're not careful. Sana Lamens is just strolling towards the edge of his area without very much purpose. It's a strange start to the game. United have Lamens in goal, Diogo Dalot, Harry Maguire, who got the winner in the meeting in October, and Aidan Heaven and Luke Shaw, Casemiro, who's been among the goals lately, and Kobbie Mainoo, then Brian Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, Matheus Cunha and Benjamin Šeško, who got one of the goals in the win over Brentford on Monday. Freddie Woodman still in goal for Liverpool. Mamardashvili and Alisson remain injured. Curtis Jones, Ibrahima Konate, Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson. Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister in midfield. Then Jeremy Frimpong, Dominic Szoboszlai, who's been Liverpool's best player this season, Florian Wirtz, who's beginning to look the part, and Cody Gakpo. Here come United with their first attempt to get forward. It's Brian Mbeumo driving towards the edge of the box. He finds Bruno Fernandes, who cuts it back, and it's just knocked away by Virgil van Dijk. And Liverpool will bring it forward with Wirtz, and his misplaced pass is intercepted, and Casemiro finds Fernandes again. Fernandes into the box, dangerous ball to the chance, and it's well defended. Benjamin Šeško was there right on the edge of the 6-yard box, possible offside, confirmed by the assistant referee, but promising start for United.
It certainly is at this moment, the way they've gone, and they've just knocked an early ball into the box, and Šeško has just gone at his virtually was standing there already. He's tried to step back to go in again, but it's just the fact of the ball coming in early, and early crosses have seemed to be coming a thing of the past in English football, and he's gone and done that straight away there, Fernandes, and it could have, well, it did cause a problem in that defence.
He's had 2 deliveries from out wide already, 1 more assist, and he will equal the Premier League record, which is currently held by Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry Henry. both of whom were fantastic players, 20. He's got 19. I don't mind Premier League assists. I don't think they counted assists before. So that is a pretty significant milestone, isn't it? Well, it would be.
Yeah, I know, but when you talk about assist, I want to see a proper assist, not just a little tap to the right from a free kick. Is there a trophy and a medal for it as well?
Probably, yeah. I think there is, actually.
Is there? Oh,
I think there is.
I think I watched Bruno Fernandes.
To be fair, though, I think most of Bruno Fernandes' assists are quite good ones.
Yeah, but the thing about it, though, he's now stopped shooting. And it happened on 2 occasions against Brentford. You're waiting for him to shoot, and he's trying to find someone else.
Do you honestly think that are players that obsessed with these things?
They're obsessed with stats now, because that's why they're passing sideways and backwards. Because everything's about now. Oh, his numbers ain't good. Not that he's playing poorly. His numbers aren't good.
I'll tell you what annoys me about assists is that you don't get an assist for an incredibly brilliant dummy. Anyway, here's Brian and Mbeumo trying to get forward for United. That's not well cleared by Liverpool. Eventually they do smuggle it away, but Mbeumo has it again, edge of the penalty area. The home crowd are encouraged by what they've seen so far. Mbeumo into the box towards Sesko, who climbs with Konate. Neither of them make contact. The ball goes away behind for a goal kick. Manchester United winners over Liverpool in October. They're unbeaten in the last 2 meetings, 1 defeat in 6, but their record at home isn't so good against Liverpool. But Mbeumo with a decent curled cross. Sesko climbed, but not quite able to reach the required height.
Well, that's the thing I've been saying for weeks and weeks, that Sesko, after being out in Germany and see how they play, everything's delivered quite early, and they've done that now, Manchester United. Sesko now then felt a little bit involved because he's getting the ball played to him.
Referee stop. I'm going to show you this. Jeremy's given me a picture. That's the trophy you get for the assist. It's a little gold player. Thanks, Jeremy. That's brilliant.
Honestly, I'm embarrassed.
You never won it then?
Eh?
You never won it.
Do you think I'm getting a bit bitter and twisted, John?
No, I think you've always been bitter and twisted.
That's fair enough. Then. At least I'm consistent.
Ever since I've known you, you've been bitter and twisted.
But I don't agree with that, John, with that one. That makes players start playing for themselves.
Maybe. Anyway, here's Harry Maguire for Manchester United, who finds Dalot, who flips it through to Mbeumo. That's a good ball. Low ball in. And you just sense that it may not be too long before Sesko gets on the end of one of these. United look definitely in the mood for this. And that was a lovely slip pass by Dalot, and Mbeumo got it into the near post. And to be fair to Konate, he did well. He made sure that the shot by Dalot was repelled, Sesko was repelled instantly. It's a corner to Manchester United. First of the game, 5.5 minutes gone. And it is United who have dominated proceedings thus far. And Mbeumo, with a left-footed corner, wants to reward that dominance with an early goal. But it's not a good delivery, but it's come out, it's fired back in by Cunha, who at the second attempt finds the corner. His first shot was blocked. Matheus Cunha, who is back in the side after injury, has broken the deadlock. 6 minutes played, and United thoroughly deserve it. United won, Liverpool 0.
Well, this is very similar to how they started against Brentford. They went straight at Brentford, and then they lost their way a little bit after they scored the first goal, Manchester United. But to go at a game like this of this magnitude, it says something. It's brave to go and do that. I'm looking there now, and we're seeing they're on the bench. They're talking to the fourth official, Slot and his assistant. They're not happy about something. I was seeing Sesko was just coming out, and there's 5 Manchester United players are coming out behind Liverpool's defence.
Yeah, but they're nowhere near the goalkeeper, and surely that can't be disallowed. I mean, yes.
Deflected off McAllister as well.
Yeah. It was blocked initially by Gravenberch. To be fair, Cunha, he didn't hit it particularly well.
No.
It is a deflection off McAllister that has taken it into the corner of the net. And without that, it might not have gone in, because Woodman would have been in a better position. In the end, the deflection forced him to go to his left, and he couldn't go far enough. Great celebration from Matheus Cunha, who's now got his 9th goal of the season. He did score for Liverpool, against Liverpool for Wolves last season, of course. And he also scored against Chelsea. Here's Szoboszlai, and now Frimpong clips it in. Liverpool's first chance, and it's a poor header by Gakpo. Well, this is where Liverpool's striking problems might come to a head, because he's not really an out-and-out centre-forward, Gakpo. He's offside anyway, so a flag would have spared his blushes, but that's a very poor attempt.
It was a really poor attempt. He's headed it down, but he's headed it down like 3-4 yards wide of the goal from inside the 6-yard box.
Bournemouth are 3-0 up against Crystal Palace with 10 minutes to go. Jefferson Lerma own goal, and Junior Krupi had put Bournemouth 2-0 up at half-time. Rayan, the young Brazilian, has made it 3-0, so that looks game over. Crystal Palace, I think you can forgive them. They look as if they're going to be in a major European final fairly soon. They're safe in the Premier League, but they're losing by 3-0 at Bournemouth, which of course means that technically Manchester United would need a point to guarantee qualification. They of course have the lead here, and a defeat for Liverpool would make things more complicated for them. The ball's out of play on the far side. Luke Shaw was a doubt for this one, but he's passed a fitness test, came off in the last game. Well, Michael Carrick can do no wrong. I mean, he's already beaten Manchester City and Arsenal. If he beats Liverpool as well, I think it'd be impossible not to give him the job, wouldn't it? I mean, the three biggest games of their season, and if he wins them all...
Yeah, I don't think it's as easy as that.
No, I know it's not.
I know, but you have to you'll judge the players and you say that they raise themselves for the big ones, but they let themselves in the little ones, and they're the ones that matter, to be perfectly honest. They're the games.
He's only lost 2, though, to be fair, out of 13.
But there has been some poor performances in there as well.
Newcastle are the 2 defeats, aren't they?
And then there was the Everton performance as well at home.
Yeah. Here's Van Dijk, Liverpool. Well, we sensed that they were vulnerable. I think Manchester United sensed they were vulnerable. They've been very positive, United, on the front foot. But here's Dominic Szoboszlai. He's got an overlap down the right-hand side. It's a rather poor cross, which is repelled very easily. Curtis Jones will pick it up. 10 minutes played at Old Trafford. Manchester United leading by a goal to 0. Scored by Mateus Cunha on 6. Here's Van Dijk finding Alexis McAllister, and now it's Curtis Jones again, plays it down the channel towards Szoboszlai, and Aidan Heaven does well, belying his youth there, and Szoboszlai chasing for the ball, but Aidan Heaven used his body really well to make sure it was going to be a goal kick and not a crossing opportunity for the Hungarian.
Well, the easiest thing there to defend him would be to either look for the goalkeeper on his wrong foot because he's outside, or try and pull it out for a throw-in. He doesn't. He's brave enough to use his body and use his strength to actually shield the ball out for a goal kick, and I really like the lad, to be honest. I really do like him. I think he's got a far better future than Euro.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, well, he's certainly, in Carrick's mind, he's above him because Euro is available. He's on the bench. Here's Dalot. Not a good ball. It's intercepted. Robertson has to play it back under pressure from Mbermo. Freddie Woodman scoops it up. Came on in the derby for the injured Mamar Dashvili. He's out for the season. Alisson, we're told, is almost back in full training, and Slot said the goalkeepers probably don't need as much time as outfield players, but he's not even on the bench today. The substitute keeper is Armin Pesci. As the whistle blows, Pesci is a 21-year-old Hungarian, and Kobe Mainu fouled there. He's signed a new contract with Manchester United. I mean, he more than anyone else, I think, has been completely reborn under Carrick, hasn't he? Well, Amorim didn't fancy him at all, and you find it hard to understand why when you look at the performances he's been putting in.
It's not even that. It just didn't make sense.
No, that's what I mean.
I couldn't understand the reasons that he was coming up with, and playing Ugarte before him didn't make sense to any. You know, you put in someone. If you're going to leave someone like Mainu out, you bring in someone who's going to do a job, and you hold your hands up.
They are going to have a hole there because Casemiro's leaving, and he's leaving United almost in the best form that he's been for the club in his career, really. Now then, he's twice actually been in Real Madrid teams that have beaten Liverpool in Champions League finals, so he knows all about big games against today's opposition. Here's An overlap by Andy Robertson, who didn't quite control it. It's allowed Dalot to get a foot in, and Burmo picks it up for United, but he's run the ball out of play. It'll be a throw into Liverpool, middle level with the edge of the 18-yard box. It's taken quickly. McAllister has it in centre midfield. Now it's Gravenberg, good run by him. This is Florian Wirtz trying to find Gravenberg again. Szoboszlai finds Frimpong over on the far side. Frimpong, Szoboszlai wasn't expecting that pass. United win the ball back, but only for a moment. Although the ball is now back with Van Dijk, much deeper. This is Alexis McAllister. Liverpool reacted fairly well to going behind.
And they've come back in. They've come back in a lot of possession. Nothing in the final third that's affecting United at this moment in time.
It's a really poor ball by McAllister. Mainu finds Fernandes. That's neat by United. Forward to Mbermo, who's been quite an outlet down this right-hand side. That's a lovely ball. Bruno Fernandes peels away. Early ball. Sesko, chance not taken. He didn't get hold of the shot at all and allowed Woodman to make the save. And it looked as if it should have been a tap-in. Here's Shaw. And now Fernandes nodding it back. And Sesko's bundled it into the net, and it's 2-0. I think it's going to count. It was a scruffy goal, but inside 14 minutes, Manchester United have made it 2-0, and Bruno Fernandes' assist makes him the joint most creative supplier of goals in Premier League history. Liverpool rock back on their heels. They had a spell where they looked as if they might get back into it, but they are now 2 behind. Benjamin Sesko celebrates his 12th goal of the season. He scored for the second game running, and it's Manchester United 2, Liverpool 0.
Well, that started off, and Sesko, like you just said, John, I felt he didn't really show a lot of urgency there, but it seemed like he was looking at maybe being fouled, and he's onside, and there's a little grab there, but he seems to slide rather than actually stand up and take the shot on his weaker foot. The ball comes out again. Luke Shaw puts it to the far post. Fernandes wins that header at the far post. The keeper, Woodman, pushes it onto the chest of Sesko, and all it does is hits him. He hits him, on the top of the thigh by Freddie Woodman. Do we say poor from the keeper, or are we saying to be a great goal scorer you have to be in the right place at the right time?
I think the goalkeeper's a little unlucky. He's at full stretch, his fingertip. He never got his hand behind it, so it was only the tips of his fingers. He was never going to get much propulsion. I mean, Sesko did what centre-forwards do. He just got in the way and made sure he was in the right place.
But I'll tell you what, Gary Lineker will be proud of that goal. Yes. Because that was a Gary Lineker finish, 6-yard box.
Well, that's what good strikers do. They just, all of them. Alan Shearer got a few like that. Slot is down on his knees now. They've won their last 3, Liverpool, but they're 2-0 down within a quarter of an hour here. And Sesko is beginning to come good. That's his 10th goal in 15 games. Prior to that, he hadn't scored in 9. Oh, hang on, VAR. What on earth's going on here?
Did
it touch his hand? No, it
that's
didn't.
Weak. That is so weak.
Well, again,
I will tell you a reason why. Because Virgil van Dijk hasn't said a word or been around the referee.
Well, no Liverpool player appealed for it.
No.
If he did touch it with his hand, it's maybe a fingernail. The VAR today is Stuart Atwell.
Shocking.
And, we wait. It may not be 2-0.
That's absolutely shocking.
I think. Well, I've got a horrible feeling this is going to be disallowed.
How? How can you disallow that? There's no contact.
He's shaking his head, Sesko. I think he thinks it's going to be disallowed. The referee is waiting. Van Dijk and Fernandes, the 2 captains, are having a conversation with Darren England. Stuart Atwell and his assistant Konstantin Hadziakis are looking at it, and he's given the goal. So good sense prevails, I think. Well done, referee. Made the right decision initially, and eventually made the right decision again, and Benjamin Sesko is able to punch his fist in the air and celebrate his goal and Manchester United's second.
Sometimes I'd rather them just do it in silence and come back with something positive, rather than stopping the motion of the game, because that's what's happening now in our football. They can't seem to stop it quick enough.
I mean, if he'd have hit that with his hand, surely it would have altered the direction of the ball, but it didn't, did it, at all?
But
anyway,
we can't, in the end of the day, why talk to us? Why we? Because we're talking with common sense. Why allow common sense to affect a game of football?
Here's Wirtz. Liverpool needs something desperately now. They have had a shock of a start. 2-0 down. And struggling at the moment. They haven't had, as you said, they've had possession, they've had a little bit of forward momentum. What they haven't had is a meaningful touch inside United's box. United fans are celebrating loudly at a packed Old Trafford. We've had 18 minutes and still Bournemouth 3, Crystal Palace 0. That game is reaching its conclusion. The score, certainly the result in terms of points, is beyond doubt there. It's not quite beyond doubt here, but we're not far off. Wow, here's Curtis Jones. There's a wrestling match going on there. The referee's not given anything at all. It was Shaw and Frimpong who tussled. United have made a poor clearance here. This is McAllister. But if Liverpool can quickly get one back, it will help. But Šeško, great turn. Oh, that's really good play by Benjamin Šeško. Oh, he didn't really spot Mbeumo. But he's another player that, since Michael Carrick has arrived, has looked different.
Well, the reason why is that all of a sudden he's getting more airtime, to be honest. It's only now, it just recently happened for him. It was all about being a sub before, which is great. He was coming on and scoring, but you want a bit more than that, don't you? And now he's been given the opportunities and he's scoring goals. But already the touches he's had, and the fact of he's been more involved so far in this game at Liverpool, this game against Liverpool, than what he was against Brentford.
Here's Szoboszlai. Last season, of course, it was Højlund and Xerxes who haven't been in the same club. Although, to be fair to Højlund, he's done well at Napoli, hasn't he? But here's Gravenberch finding Van Dijk square, middle of the park in United territory. Gravenberch again on the ball, has Curtis Jones outside him. Curtis Jones is making his 150th Liverpool appearance today, but it hasn't gone the way he'd wanted it to so far. This is Konate. And the other problem I think Liverpool have had is that their centre-backs have been short of form. Both Konate and Virgil van Dijk, I think, have been below what they certainly produced last season.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Konate fan because he's an out-and-out defender. I'm not a big Van Dijk fan because I think he looks after himself.
Here's Szoboszlai, who I think will win Liverpool's Player of the Year fairly comfortably. Here's McAllister in centre midfield. And once again, Liverpool are enjoying possession, but they're not really doing anything with it.
They bought Wirtz for creativity, didn't they?
In between the lines, He's, well, I don't think he's totally convinced. So I would say he's had a better second half of the season than his first. I mean, he's obviously a great player, but he hasn't quite been the catalyst, I think, that they hoped. Here's Szoboszlai. It's a good run by him. He's picked out Cody Gakpo, who's drifted wide right. They don't really have a centre forward at all at the moment, Liverpool, because Gakpo tends to drift. I mean, the most central player is Szoboszlai, but he's way back. Here's Jones. Oh, it deflects almost kindly, but Gravenberch picks it up. This is Frimpong. Frimpong gets the ball back into the United box. Really strong challenge, and Mainu brings it away, and here's Fernandes. Fernandes launches it up towards Šeško, who's chasing with Konate, and Šeško should get there first. Will he keep it in?
For me, that's a push.
Konate challenges him. I thought it was a push as well. Šeško goes crashing into the advertising.
So obvious,
hoardings.
that's a push in the back.
It's not being given, and he's still down. I think he's okay. He's actually crashed into an effects microphone. I think that's a push.
With his forearms, and it's dangerous there as well, by the way.
He's taken out one of those very expensive furry effects microphones, and he's also clattered into the advertising hoarding. But United have not been given a free kick. Every single hand behind Šeško is up in the air waving at the referee, but he's ignoring.
But how can the referee not? Do you think he's honestly done that on purpose to go in?
Yeah,
it's absolutely ridiculous.
Strange.
And because of it, he can't keep up with the play.
Well, it is only a goal kick. 22 minutes played. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 0. Don't forget, later on, huge game at Villa Park. Tottenham Hotspur, having enjoyed West Ham's defeat yesterday, but they're still in the bottom three. A win would lift them above the dotted line, lovely ball forward by Kaz. Well, I was going to say, quite as lovely as I thought, actually. He was trying to pick out in Burma. You could see what he was trying to do. That game at Villa is huge because, of course, Villa, like Manchester United and Liverpool, are hoping to qualify for the Champions League via their league position. They, of course, lost to Nottingham Forest in that all-English semi-final first leg in the Europa League. Second to come in the week against Forest. Here's Luke Shaw for United. That's a strange touch, but they've managed to work it away. Here's Heaven. He looks very tidy to me when I've seen him. That's a decent ball. If Mbeumo can get there, he can't quite on the stretch. Van Dijk intercepts for Liverpool. Finds Gakpo. Gakpo with his right wrist heavily bandaged on a weaving run across midfield. Finds Florian Wirtz. Wirtz to Gravenberch. Now it's Frimpong on the far side wearing bright pink boots to Szoboszlai. And back it comes to Konate. And once again, Liverpool are having this pattern where they enjoy possession. That's a decent strike in the end by Gravenberch on the turn, and it's whizzed past the post. That's the first real attempt that Liverpool have had on goal in the game so far. I beg his pardon, it was Gakpo who hit it on the spin, and it goes just wide of Lamon's left-hand post. First real threat from Liverpool.
Yeah, and they've had, again, lots of pretty passes, all in front of Manchester United. Why don't players shoot? If you shoot, you'll drag people out towards you, then you can play them behind them, in between them. They haven't threatened enough, Liverpool, but playing like that, they've just made it easy for Manchester United to defend. And you don't mind them. They can have, when the possession at the end of the half, it'll show mostly Liverpool having loads, but they'll be losing 2-0.
Yeah, well, United are heading for a potential 7th home win in 8 games. Leeds United, the only team to break that record. That's in all competitions. Maguire back to Lamons, who he's been another success. I think Lamons on the quiet hasn't made too many errors, and he looks pretty steady. He's not the biggest, most imposing keeper, but he's funny enough, he's quite good in the air. You've seen keepers who are taller than him that struggle with crosses more.
Yeah. I
think he's been good.
You use that word imposing. I think the most imposing goalkeeper, I think, is a Leeds United goalkeeper.
Yeah,
and that is he is a size.
Yeah, he is.
He is a big man, by the way.
I'll tell you, I think it's been fantastic in goal this season. He's a player that Liverpool could do with at the moment. Quivin Kelleher at Brentford.
Yes.
He's been excellent.
Yeah.
And you know, then they've now got their 3rd and 4th choice keepers, one on the pitch, one on the bench. I mean, Kelleher was a fantastic deputy, wasn't he, for scored a winner in a penalty shootout as well, didn't he?
I mean, every time he come in during that the Premier League winning season, he was absolutely brilliant. And he got him out of jail with many times, didn't he?
I think that was more a case that he wanted to go to get regular first-team football rather than them letting him go. But my goodness, they could use him now. And he was good yesterday in the game against West Ham, where, as we mentioned, West Ham played pretty well, but he made some good saves. And was when he didn't make the saves, the woodwork was behind him, and West Ham were denied, and they're in big bother. And as we say, we've got Villa against Tottenham to come. It's a decent ball out of defence by United. Diogo Dalot's got a lot of space here, and Mbeumo in acres of it here. And Mbeumo, right side of the penalty area, into the box. Bruno Fernandes arrives, hits it with his right foot and puts it wide. He's annoyed with himself. It was a difficult chance because it came at him at real pace, but he's furious that he hasn't made it 3-0.
I think he's more furious because he's missed. He's having a go at somebody. I think he's having a go at Dalot. I don't know what he's moaning about, to be perfectly honest.
Well, it came off his shin rather than his boot. If he'd have middled that with his right boot, it probably would have gone in.
I'd rather him turn around and say thank you to people.
I was going to say, nothing wrong with the cross.
Yeah, nothing wrong at all.
Well, there's a Portuguese teammate as well. Now here's Wirtz, who's tackled on the edge. He's had no impact on the game, Wirtz, at all, has he?
No.
He's just sort of wandered around midfield. Maguire gets the ball. Mainu, clever dummy, but Liverpool get it back. Here is Wirtz now, maybe with a chance to show us what he can do, and he's recollected the ball and found McAllister, and McAllister to Gakpo. Gakpo to Wirtz, whose movement has been good. He's edge of the box, he wants to shoot. It's a rather weak, unconvincing effort. Without much pace, it dribbles wide of the left-hand post of Senna Lamens.
Seems like he got stuck between his feet.
It wasn't the most imposing shot, was it?
No, it wasn't clean either, but I mean, he's virtually started that on his own, and he's joined, a couple of players joined in, he finishes it off, but as an attacking force, they've had a lot more possession, I would say, in the attacking third than what Manchester United have, because they're almost counter-attacking, but they just haven't finished anything off. That's the second shot they've had.
Yeah. Well, that's the only, so both off target.
Yeah.
United have had 6 attempts on goal, scored from 2 of them. 28 minutes gone at Old Trafford. Bournemouth have won by 3-0 at home to Crystal Palace, so that's a really good win for them. They are now 6th in the Premier League. Their best ever finish is 9th, and 52 points. They're still 6 behind Villa, having played a game more, but they're a point ahead of Brentford, and they're now 2 ahead of Brighton. So Bournemouth could be going on a European tour. That would be quite something.
The only thing about Bournemouth back in the day of the tours was Wallace and Arnold going there, wasn't it? The Wallace and Arnold and Saga coaches, the pensioners.
I don't know.
You didn't know
that
that,
is.
No? Oh, there were coach companies that took pensioners on holidays.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
my daughter went to university in Bournemouth, and she said that everybody there is either 18 or 80.
Yeah.
There's loads of students, and everyone else is very old.
Yeah, that's what Bournemouth was renowned
It's quite a
for.
good town. It's a lovely seaside town. I mean, it'd be a nice visit. The only problem is, if you're a travelling fan, the stadium's tiny, isn't it?
It's too small.
So,
11,500.
You get a big European game there. They won't have, they'll only have, 1,000 at the most visiting fans.
Yeah.
But anyway, half an hour nearly gone here. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 0. They're both aiming, of course, for the Champions League. United will clinch it if they win. They'd have 64 points. Bournemouth currently have 52, but only 3 games left. So that would guarantee United a spot in Europe, and it would not yet guarantee Liverpool. If they lose, Bournemouth could still catch them. Brentford and indeed Brighton could overtake them. They would stay on 58 points. Villa also on 58, but they play against Tottenham to come. So Liverpool could find themselves in 4th place at the end of proceedings. Here's Aidan Heaven coming forward again, gracefully bringing the ball out of defence and looking for a pass. So he hasn't got too many options at the moment, so he's going to have to go back. In the end, he's drawn a foul by Frimpong, which was a little silly because Aidan Heaven was going backwards at the time.
Yeah, well, he got himself in a tight corner. He should have played it through to Luke Shaw. He doesn't make that pass, and he was going nowhere. And Frimpong was just forcing him back again, impetuous, needless.
Manchester United hoping to keep a clean sheet for only the first time in 7 games. Headed cross by Dalot is repelled by Liverpool. Gakpo with a smart turn finds McAllister. McAllister to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai on the near side of the pitch gives it away, and it's brought forward by Mainu. Here's in Burmo. Szoboszlai for company. He's leaning on him at the moment, and the fans want a free kick. They're not going to get one. And Liverpool will try and bring it away. They will get one now because Mainu's been tripped, and that's a dangerous position for Alexis McAllister to make that rash challenge, because with Bruno Fernandes having already created 1 assist, he's got the possibility to get that record, and not only that, to put United 3-0 up.
Well, I just think McAllister there's got very emotional. You could see his frustration after he punches his other hands, and he's frustrated. I don't know if it's with an individual or just collectively with the team and everything that's happening, because they just don't look happy. They don't look comfortable. They're passing for the sake of it, where before Liverpool were a unit, and they're not. There's no togetherness there, and with this team at this moment in time, a 3rd goal could destroy them.
Yeah, I would agree. Bruno Fernandes has been, as we've seen, a remarkable deliverer. Casemiro, of course, is in the penalty area. 8 of his 9 goals this season have been headers. It's in by Fernandes. Aidan Heaven thought about a header there, but it was cleared by Van Dijk. as far as Dalot pings it across to Fernandes. Too ambitious, and I think this time Fernandes has got a right to go over and Dalot and say to him that wasn't good enough.
Well, I'm trying to get there as well to have a go at him, because it was a ridiculous idea in the first place. Why are you that centre? Are you going to go that wide? He was always going to say something.
There might be Portuguese teammates, but that wasn't a very friendly exchange.
No.
Teammates for club and country, but Portugal could be a dark horse for the World Cup, maybe.
We always keep saying
we
it.
Do. We
always
do.
keep saying it.
Yeah. Whether Ronaldo can sort of have some astonishing fairy tale almost end to his career.
Sometimes he's a liability for his national team. You can see it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Here's Fernandes, who certainly isn't, finding Cunha, scorer of the first goal. No foul by Szoboszlai. United fans again screaming at Darren England, who doesn't respond. Since he scored that goal, Cunha's been fairly quiet, hasn't he, for United? But he's trying to get the ball back off Canate here. There's a wrestling match going on between them. It's going to be a Liverpool free kick. And Florian Wirtz seems to be struggling with an ankle injury at the moment, which won't help Liverpool. They've got plenty of players out at the moment. Salah, Ekitike, Mamardashvili, Endo, Bradley and various others. Wirtz is back on his feet but hobbling a little bit. Probably be able to run that one off. 34 gone. Oh dear, we're good. He was checked over in an ambulance at Old Trafford and has gone home to rest. So it looks like he's okay. Well, that's a big relief. I mean, he still comes to the game. He's in every game almost, home and away. He's in his 80s now, isn't he, Sir Alex? So we gather he's back home, and we wish him well in his recuperation. He'll have enjoyed what he did see of the game, because his beloved club are 2-0 up. Lovely touch by Mbeumo. Well, Mbeumo's gone to ground there looking for a free kick. I've no idea why. If he'd have stayed on his feet, he could have chased the through ball. And now Fernandes having to go with the referee, who I thought got it absolutely right.
Well, I think that Fernandes, first thing he should do is go to him. Gone to Mbeumo.
So what are you doing?
Yeah, could you have kept going?
Yeah,
keep going. Yeah, keep going until such time.
Thing to do.
You don't just go down early because someone's kind of holding you.
Well, it wasn't a foul, was it?
No, because normally what you do is, we've all do it, you grab someone because you think that first bit they're running, and then you let go. It's like that.
Yeah.
But you're doing it as a connection.
Liverpool at the other end with Gakpo. There's a crowd of United players, and Maguire brings the ball away, but then slips over and loses it. And here's Frimpong. Great tackle by Shaw. Aided by Cunha. Now then, Frimpong's gone down. Has play stopped, or
what's he stopped for?
I don't know what's going on here.
That's not a foul.
Well, he hasn't given a foul.
Is he?
No, the player's stopped because Frimpong is injured. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. He's pointing at his ankle and claiming he was fouled. Darren England, I think correctly, didn't give a foul. Let's have a look at it again on a slow-mo here.
If he gives a foul, it's going to be like a penalty.
It's not a foul in a million years.
I don't know how he's even got injured.
Well, I don't know why the play stopped.
Cunha should not have stopped there.
Strange. Well, he's hobbling now.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, that's a pantomime hobble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goodness me, we're looking at Sesko's goal again in absolute detail.
It's embarrassing how they could even took so long over that to give it.
We're looking at the ball spinning with a magnifying glass on the camera. He brings down his left hand, his fingers are close to the ball. The spin does not alter, and that tells, even the tiniest amount would put that slightly off kilter.
Yeah.
That's a correct decision. But and it's also, we do not really want to see goals disallowed for that. I mean, his hand was somewhere near the ball. Nobody could honestly say for sure, probably not even Sesko, whether he made contact or not. And I think the referee and the VAR have got that one right. I suppose the VAR feels obliged to call the referee across, but well done, Darren England, for seeing sense there and allowing United's second goal to stand. 8 minutes to go to half-time, 2-0 United. It's been a strange kind of game. Liverpool have had much more possession, but United have just been more ruthless. This Liverpool team, to me, Paul, looks like a team that are struggling to work out how to score a goal.
I think they're just still trying to work out how to play together.
Yeah.
I mean, they've just gone out and spent, not just.
Right.
start of the season they went and spent a lot of money.
Well, you said to me that sometimes that's, it unsettles the dressing room.
It does. You don't need to go and do it. You just won a league title quite convincingly, by the way.
It's only
because they took their foot off the gas at the end, and yet they go on 4 players. When we won the league for the first time in 26 years, we made one signing, Roy Keane.
Yeah,
one
signing, was it?
Yeah, one signing. That's all it needed.
Yeah. Well, you just look. I mean, the great man, Sir Alex Ferguson. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He sees one thing he needs to put right, and he brings in the best possible player to do it.
Correct.
And the rest is history. Here's Soboslai, right-hand side, just plays a square ball to Gravenberg. He's got a pocket of space here. United have defended well as a unit, actually, and Frimpong's offside. And, I was talking to a Liverpool fan who is a season ticket holder. And he claims to be in the know. He reckons, I can't claim that this is true, but he reckons that the rift between Slot and Salah, which started when Salah came out with those comments. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I think it was in December about, I've got no connection with the man. And they all said, it's all over. But apparently, I'm told that, he reckons it never really got sorted, and that's one of the reasons why Salah is off. I mean, that's a rumour.
Yeah, but then if you're arguing a bit, what you do is you go and give everything for your teammates. Salah's not giving everything for you. He's using his rift as a way to walk around.
Here's Cunha for Manchester United, looking for a third goal before half-time. He's over by the corner flag. He tries to find Main. That's brilliantly done, though, by Soboslai with a drag back to bring the ball away. And he's found Florian Wirtz. And Wirtz plays it towards Frimpong. Frimpong's not having a very good game in that attacking right position, is he? I mean, he's giving away silly free kicks there. He's pretending he's injured. I mean, he looks like a player who isn't quite sure what his job is.
Well, the thing about it, he's up against Luke Shaw, and the one thing that Luke Shaw can't deal with is pace.
Yeah.
Frimpong has got pace, and he's not utilising it at all.
No. Yeah, Shaw's won the battle hands down, hasn't he?
And because he's playing, he's trying to outstrength him. You're not going to outstrength or move Luke Shaw. He's a lump.
Yes, he is.
So what you do is you use your brains and you run off of him.
Harry Maguire drives it long, headed away by Virgil van Dijk. It had dropped for Gakpo, who controls it neatly, but then Burmo sticks a foot in and is penalised. I thought he won the ball, I must say.
But that was poor refereeing again.
5 minutes to go to half-time. Liverpool have a free kick just inside the Manchester United half, which Robertson takes quickly and finds Gravenberg. Now it's Jones. I mean, Slot made comments about how Jones seems to have adapted to that right-back position, but you don't really want Curtis Jones at right-back, do you? I mean, I'm sure the player himself would admit, I mean, he'll do his best because he's a decent, honest player, but
any midfield player, if you're a half-decent midfield player, you will adapt to playing right back.
Here's Gravenberg with a shot. It's the first Liverpool shot on target of the game, but it's straight at Lamans, who didn't have to react very much to make an extremely comfortable save. 41 minutes, first effort on target from Liverpool. Here's Jones again, driving forward. Poor ball, straight to Lamans. United have had 3 attempts on target and 2 of them have gone in. Are we keeping you up, Paul? That was Paul yawning, in case you're wondering what that strange noise was. It was a very high-pitched yawn. Here's Fernandes. That's a superb ball with the outside of his foot across field to Mbeumo. And Mbeumo clips it in towards Sesko, who tries to control it, but it runs through to Curtis Jones. That was an incredible ball by Fernandes. I mean, there aren't many players who can do that, who can swerve it with the outside entirely cross-field into a right midfield player. Now then, here come United again. They're threatening a third. Cunha to the byline, clips it in. And Burmo waits, but it's just nodded away by Robertson. And Burmo will pick it up on this near side. He's got Dalot for company, but he's gone for the cross. And the cross is a poor one. And that particular little spell of United pressure comes to nothing.
Yeah, again, that's maybe their best bit of pressure kept on, keeping it running since they've scored, really, since they've got both the goals. It's been about a bit like the Brentford game, really. They lose their way once they get in front. They can't sustain pressure on the side, and that's down to ball retention in midfield not sharp enough players with the ball and without the ball.
Just got a close-up of Mo Salah on our monitor. He's among the substitute, but he isn't one of them. And he's wearing a sort of Liverpool tracksuit top. He looks as if he might be ready to come on at any moment, but he's injured and he is not in the squad. I suppose that's quite good in a way. Maybe that shows a bit of solidarity, what you said about him before. Maybe at least he's not sort of sulking in a corner somewhere. They do hope that he will be back before the end of the season. After this, Liverpool have Chelsea at home, Aston Villa away, and their last game is at Brentford.
I think not an easy running for Liverpool, is it?
No, not
really.
particularly. No,
considering how they're playing.
Yeah, and Brentford are possible. Well, all three of those teams are European chasers. The question, really, I suppose, is whether the job's done by then for Liverpool in terms of clinching the Champions League spot. It certainly isn't at the moment, because they're losing here by 2-0 and Bournemouth have won. Here's Fernandes then with a free kick, plays it square to Dalot, back to Fernandes. That's an interesting one. Fernandes slips it into Cunha. Cunha with a chance to shoot. The shot is blocked, and Konate's made a mess of it. And what a scramble inside the box. I've no idea what Liverpool were doing there, but in the end, I think United were equally confused, and it ended up spinning through to goalkeeper Woodman. And then there's a harmless ball forward. What on earth happened there?
I don't know what
Somebody
happened
should
there.
have stuck the ball into the net there, but they all seem to stand looking at each other. And in the end, Woodman was able to make a save. Fernandes is hobbling again. The one thing they've had with him, I mean, he's had a brief spell out, but other than that, he's retained his fitness really well, hasn't he? For he barely missed any games. He had a spell out earlier this season, didn't he?
We've got to remember.
Under Amorim.
Yeah, he has. You've got to remember as well, Manchester United haven't played a lot of games.
No. Well, yes. The European return to the Champions League would be a return to all kinds of any kind of European competition after last season. Here's Szoboszlai finding Wirtz, and now Gravenberch. He's going to try and shoot onto his left foot. Good block. Might spin through though to Gakpo, and then there's a shot on the turn from Wirtz. It clatters off a United player who's poleaxed. I think it's Maguire, wrong Harry. He took it in the face there, Maguire, and he's not got up. And he's
no. I tell you what, I saw that.
At?
I'm just laughing because the ball hits Maguire, and he's watching the ball as it's going around him. He's just looking, and the moment the ball goes dead, then he pushes his face into the grass. So he's absolutely fine.
4 minutes have been added on at the end of the first half. It looks like it could be another hugely successful afternoon for Michael Carrick. His record so far in this stint as caretaker is played 13, won 9, drawn 2, lost 2. Only one defeat here. That was against Leeds United. It's their only home defeat in 11 games at Old Trafford. The other defeat was at Newcastle. It was Wirtz who clattered it into Harry Maguire's head. Slabhead, they call him. That's his nickname, and
well, I thought he was going to say for obvious reasons.
Well, he got the nickname, I think, the England team.
Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy, yeah. It's stuck though, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
And there's a song about him, isn't there, as well? His head's massive. It's the song. Here's Matheus Cunha finding Aiden Heaven. He finds Mainu in centre midfield to Casemiro. Here's Fernandes. Casemiro again. Cunha on the dart down the right-hand side. Cunha with the crossing deflects. It'll be a corner to Manchester United off Konate. That was a nice move, and Cunha is beginning to have an influence in this game. Obviously he got the opening goal, had a quiet spell, but since then he's been lively down that left-hand side.
Well, he's found a bit of space, and to be honest, Konate is out without doubt the best Liverpool defender, and it's a shame he's up against him.
Yeah.
If he was up against the other fella, Van Dijk, he'd be getting more joy.
It's only the second corner of the game. Both of them have gone to Manchester United. Harry Maguire has gone up for this corner.
Szoboszlai is marking Harry Maguire. Wouldn't you think it'd be a Van Dijk or a Konate?
You'd think so. Well, I think they're probably more worried about Casemiro. But anyway, Bruno Fernandes with the corner. It's low in towards Cunha, who leaves it for Burmo. It was a clever routine which didn't quite come off. Fernandes will have another attempt deep across this time. Casemiro gets the shot in, and down at his post is Woodman to push it behind, but the flag has gone up, so it won't be a corner.
I think as well, when you when that ball comes in from Fernandes, you look at it and you think Casemiro all day long, and he gets caught standing. Him and Maguire get caught standing on the spot. He gets slightly blocked out as well by McAllister, but he was offside.
That corner is an example of what I mean by a dummy not getting an assist. If you take a corner and a brilliant dummy deceives the entire defence and someone sticks it in, the person who takes the corner doesn't really deserve the assist. It's the dummy that's created the situation for me.
Correct.
But,
no, you are right with that,
I
John.
don't think the little golden award will be given for those sort of things. McAllister's gone down on the near side. We've had 3 minutes of stoppage time already. Liverpool might have a chance to get back in it, but frankly they've had 3 attempts on goal, 2 of them wildly off target and 1 straight at Lammers, so really they haven't threatened to get back into this game at any stage.
No, they don't look like getting back in it. As we've talked about, there isn't too much on the bench that sticks out to them. You think you're going to make a change, someone's going to have to maybe get off the bench and have an incredible influence to change
maybe
anything.
young Ngumoa.
Yes,
He's the only one on the bench that you think, well, they've got 3 untried, virtually unknown youngsters: Will Wright, Kieran Morrison and Mortala and Daye. 3 Liverpool players are players who've never played in the first team. It's not a strong bench. Trey Nyoni, Chiesa, Kerkez and Joe Gomez. You know, apart from Ngumoa, who is a terrific prospect, there's very little that Slot can do with that bench to try and improve things, and he needs to, because the half-time whistle has blown and his team are trailing by 2-0. They both came inside the opening 15 minutes. 6 minutes, Mateus Cunha with an initial shot blocked and then firing into the corner, and after that Bruno Fernandes, historic header, an assist for Benjamin Sesko to bundle in. It was Fernandes' 20th Premier League assist, and it equalled the all-time Premier League record. More importantly for him and Manchester United, they are 2 goals to the good and looking good against Liverpool. Half-time, Manchester United 2, Liverpool 0 on Premier League Live. Ahmad is on, and it looks like Benjamin Sesko has picked up an injury that we didn't spot, or we weren't certainly aware of in the first half, and Liverpool have made an error, and Burmo's almost in for a goal. It was Konate who failed to cut out the long ball, but or recovered, and well, it was a poor header by Van Dijk, I beg your pardon, and Konate was the covering man, and he got Van Dijk out of jail. Ahmad is on for Sesko, and United have an early corner in the second half. That chance came inside the opening 30 seconds of it. Maguire and Heaven are up. Heaven has never scored a senior goal. In comes Burmo's corner. There's Maguire, and the header is wide. So Manchester United, who started the first half very strongly, have done likewise in the second.
Yeah, and it started from their captain not doing his job properly. And be honest, I'd rather see Casemiro there than Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire will win a header, but he can't head a ball like Casemiro. He's an artist with his head.
He is, yeah. I mean, we mentioned he's got 9 goals for Casemiro this season. It's by far his best ever return, and 8 of them have been headers. I mean, that's remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah.
How are United going to change? Is Burmo going to be nominally the centre forward? Here's Ahmad finding Fernandes. Ahmed, of course, has got an interesting history with Liverpool. You'll remember that famous cup game where they won 4-3.
Yeah,
he got the winning goal, but then he got sent off, and I felt so sorry for him, because he was sent off for taking his shirt off in celebration when he'd already been booked. And I personally think that rule needs changing. I'm not bothered whether players take their shirts off or not. Anyway, here's Szoboszlai coming forward. Frimpong is available. Szoboszlai, this is a chance. Oh, and he's tucked it away beautifully. And Liverpool, in the second minute of the second half, have given themselves a lifeline which frankly never looked like coming in the first. But Szoboszlai, who's been their outstanding player this season, showed remarkable calm. It was a really good finish after a really good run. And it's Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1, and it's game on.
Well, I don't know what Ahmad was thinking. He's got himself out of a little bit of trouble. Gives it to Szoboszlai far too easily, just over the halfway line, and what composure he showed there. He was never panicked. The ball comes to him just in his own half. I must say, he picks it up. He's looking all around, looking for runners, decided to go on his own, goes past Harry Maguire so easily, puts it through the legs of Dalot, and he goes to the left of Le Mans. Not a chance for him. Ahmed's just made the wrong choice at the wrong time.
Well, Szoboszlai has got his 13th goal of the season, and this could reinvigorate Liverpool, who are now going to win a free kick, and I think Luke Shaw is going to get a yellow card, and he will, for that blatant foul. The ball got away from him, and he took Frimpong down, and suddenly the Liverpool fans are heard for virtually the first time this evening.
Yeah, I mean, he falls down, Luke Shaw. Could Frimpong have actually carried on?
I don't think he could take the chance, Shaw, could he?
Well, no, I mean, no, Shaw had to do what he done, but I just think Frimpong could have gone on.
Yeah, I would see, yeah.
Could have hurdled him if he wanted to, but he's decided to run into his legs.
Well, he's got a free kick, which is going to be taken by Andy Robertson, the Scotland captain, looking forward to their return to the World Cup for the first time since '98. He'll lead them. I think it's Boston where they have their group games. Robertson then. Liverpool have got one back. If they get a second here, goodness knows what will happen, but that's a poor delivery for Robertson, and it drifts beyond the far post. Funnily enough, United had gone close on a couple of occasions. We saw Burmo with a shot blocked, and then Maguire with a header wide, and then suddenly at the other end, I mean, it's the first meaningful attempt on goal that Liverpool have had in the game, really. They had one straight at Lamans. Lamans had no chance. The quality with which Szoboszlai set up and finished that goal was exceptional, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Couldn't argue about that. It was, as I used the word, great composure on the ball.
Yeah.
Was never flustered. Just didn't panic. Just was looking around for people around him, and he decided to take it on himself. And it was a wonderful. The way he stroked it as well was wonderful.
Manchester United don't keep clean sheets well, do they? 1 in 8 now, and they're going to face another free kick here, with Robertson again looking for a better one than he produced a moment ago. I just wonder whether that goal has turned the game.
I think it has.
I think it might. It'll be a test of United now, won't it? So Robertson again with his left foot to try and cause problems. Van Dijk is beaten in the air, and Cunha wins the ball. That's clever by Cunha, and he's found Mbeumo, and Mbeumo thinks about a ball across to Ahmad. He doesn't have any support, and he's lost the ball. And here's Szoboszlai again driving through midfield. Tries the drag back, bit too over Alaba. Casemiro with a great ball over the top towards Ahmad. I don't think he's going to get there, which is a shame for United. It was a clever idea by Casemiro. It was just too much weight on the pass. Ahmad applauds it. And unfortunately for Ahmad, his first involvement in the second half was an error which led to the goal. Gave it straight to Szoboszlai, who did the rest and did it brilliantly. Ahmad was desperately trying to backpedal and make up for his error, but that is high quality play.
Yeah, he's made like a little bit of a cardinal sin there by a square pass as well.
Yeah.
He looked at his nearest man. If he'd have got the ball out wide to Dalot.
Here come Liverpool again. They're a different side in this second half, and Szoboszlai once more tries to find Frimpong. It's cut out by Shaw, and this game is now end to end and very, very entertaining. Here's Ahmad with his yellow boots, finding Fernandes over on the far side. Back to Kobbie Mainoo. We've had 6.5 minutes of the second half that have absolutely flown past. Casemiro finds Heaven. Heaven's got Shaw to his left-hand side. Swaps passes with Cunha, who then gives it away. And United have been giving possession away in midfield far too easily. And there's another great run forward by Gakpo. That's an excellent tackle by Maguire, though, to stop him. But Liverpool have possession again. I don't know what Slot said to them at half-time, but whatever it was, it seems to be having an effect.
But I think it's more about what Manchester United are not doing at this moment in time. They're not getting on the ball, they're not keeping the ball, and they're not going forward of any purpose now. In the first half they were doing that and there was a threat. At the moment they're over-elaborating and giving the ball away too cheaply, and Liverpool are capitalising on it. The only problem that Liverpool have got is that they haven't got an out-and-out forward. They haven't got that player who's going to break in behind.
Here's Luke Shaw inside his own half. Nice little touch by United. Casemiro finds Cunha. Cunha in turn finds Dalot. Dalot's got Ahmad over on the far side. Dalot again on halfway. Finds Casemiro. Casemiro launches it forward. Fernandes is in a very forward position. He's controlled it brilliantly, and he's found Cunha. He's back-heeled it onto the post. Was there a flag? I'm not sure there was. It was a brilliant ball forward by Casemiro, an incredible take by Fernandes, and then Brian and Mbeumo with a back heel onto the post. It would have been a wonderful goal, and it would have stood as well.
Well, that goes in, and for me that would have just demoralised Liverpool, considering how they've been playing so far in this half. But the touch from Fernandes and the fact of Mbeumo, and you think so, he can't hit his right foot, so he decides he's just going to flick it behind him. And he flicks it behind, and I'm doing it here as I'm sitting there, and it's looked like I was doing a poor version of a Morris dance. And he was just unlucky. He hits the the outside of the post in the end. Couldn't do any more. Keeper was rooted to the spot. Yeah,
it was unlucky. I mean, it was good improvisation. Well, as it is, it's still 2-1. And this second half has been very, very eye-catching indeed, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
And it's going to get better, I think. Ball is back with Freddie Woodman. The other talking point at half-time, Paul, is we were led to believe, and I don't know if this is how this works, but I think there's a possibility that Bruno Fernandes' assist might be taken away from him. I know they have a dubious goals panel. I don't know whether the Premier League has a dubious assist panel, but apparently, hang on, we'll explain it in a minute, because Liverpool are on the attack far side. And it's back with Konate, but because Woodman, with his fingertips, pushed the ball onto Šeško's chest, and that's how it's found the net, it's possible that Bruno Fernandes' assist technically won't count because it's the keeper who had the last time. I think it's incredibly harsh because it was a very clever, astute header to find him, and I would be disappointed if I was Bruno Fernandes, but apparently it is possible that assist won't technically count. Anyway, here's Szoboszlai, whose goal certainly did. And Wirtz with another poor effort. He's had 2 efforts on goal, Wirtz, and he really has not convinced remotely with either of them. He doesn't look confident, does he?
No, he doesn't.
I mean, Szoboszlai's been the outstanding player in the second half, and it was always going away from goal. It didn't have enough pace.
It was hit tentatively as well. For over 100 million, you expect a little bit better than that.
Yeah, you do. Man United have made a mess of it, and Liverpool have equalised. Cody Gakpo. Well, everybody else was looking elsewhere. Son of Lemons is shaking his head, but Manchester United have absolutely gifted Liverpool an equaliser, and this game has completely pivoted in the opening 10 minutes of the second half. Goodness gracious me. Well, that was an error completely of their own making. And Liverpool, from 2-0 down and looking miles away from it, are level. Aidan Heaven took the short clearance, and Lamans has put it straight to McAllister, who then found Szoboszlai, and he set up Gakpo for a tap-in. It's a shocker from United, and Liverpool are level. Incredible.
Totally needless, and Lemans, he wasn't doing that early in the season. He just wasn't doing it. He wasn't playing that way. He was going longer all the time, and now he's been overplaying quite a few times in this game, and that was so unnecessary, not needed.
Well, goodness me, it's 2-2 now, and the United fans have gone silent. They're dumbstruck at Old Trafford. They can't believe what they're seeing, really. Here's Mainu. We've had some cracking games between these 2 teams in the past, and we mentioned that one where Ahmad got the late goal in the 4-3 win in the Cup. This might be about to become another one. Aidan Heaven down the line, stumbles over, the ball goes out of play, but Liverpool in the 47th and 56th minutes have turned what looked like an absolutely dismal performance and an abject situation into a situation where potentially they could win the game, because United will be shell-shocked. And here come Liverpool again. Maguire with a good solid challenge. Fernandes, excellent ball. Casemiro, was he fouled? No, says the referee. And now Curtis Jones comes forward for Liverpool. You can't take your eyes off this now, Paul. This has become an absolute fever pitch slab of entertainment for us, and you can hear by the reaction of both sets of fans that this is a game, and that's brilliantly taken by Fernandes. He gets the ball into the box towards Mbeumo, and of course moments before Liverpool got that second goal, and Mbeumo hit the post. It's been an incredible second half, and well, what's going to happen next?
What's he gone down injured for? He's just been pushed.
Frimpong is complaining that he was fouled. And we're just looking at, well, I mean, the ball was played forward by Jones. I don't think Frimpong was ever going to get there, and he probably thought his best option was to fall over.
Yeah.
Aidan Heaven, yes, all right, there was contact, but it wasn't illegal contact. Now then, we're going to have a substitution. Kierkees is going to come on for Robertson at left back for Liverpool. That's a straight swap. I wonder how bad Sesko's injury is. United won't want to lose him because he's been among the goals lately, as we've been saying. He's off, replaced by Ahmad, and now Liverpool's first substitution is a simple tactical one. Robertson, who's nearing the end of his incredible career with Liverpool, gives way for Milan Kierkees, whose former team Bournemouth will be encouraged by United dropping points. A point would still be enough for Manchester United, but they would have 62. That's 10 ahead of Bournemouth, who have 3 left to play. So as long as United don't lose this game, they will be in the Champions League next season. But they want to win it, not just for the table, but for the bragging rights over Liverpool, who of course are probably their fiercest rivals. What's going to happen next in this game, Paul? It's an hour gone, and it's another one where, frankly, if someone had told you at half-time that Liverpool would get 2 goals back very quickly, you'd have been sceptical, because there was nothing about their first half performance that suggested it. But of course, when teams make errors as ludicrous as the one that Manchester United made, then, you know, I mean, you know, a non-league team would have scored that goal, wouldn't they?
Without a doubt. They've allowed it to happen. Look, Manchester United didn't have to. They just had to carry on doing what they were doing, and they've overplayed on 2 occasions.
Yeah. Interesting to see what he does now with the ball at his feet. He has gone short. I'm of the opinion. I'm not a huge fan of this sort of building from the back constantly. I mean, it has its moment.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch the game between PSG and Bayern, probably the best game of the season anywhere. I mean, neither keeper played it short at any stage.
Yeah.
They just wanted to get the ball forward. I mean, I might be wrong. You know, what a season of watching football. I wouldn't be at all surprised if more goals have been conceded by teams playing out from the back than leading to goals.
Oh, exactly right.
I'm not sure it's a great tactic.
No, it's not a great.
I mean, it's great for the sort of so-called purists who, you know, I've described it as the sort of tactic that appeals to broadsheet journalists, you know, who are trying to be clever with their copy. But I'm not sure the average fan is going. You know, I know a lot of fans, and so, no, there aren't that many teams who do it consistently well. Manchester City with Ederson and Alisson, when he's in goal for Liverpool, was good at it. But I don't think there are enough keepers who are comfortable with it.
No, but why are you forcing people to do what they're not
exactly. I know there are fans, they just wince every time the keeper's got the ball. They're just praying that he'll knock it long. I know it's not particularly the way that some people want football to be played, but it's better than throwing goals away. Anyway, here's Mbeumo finding Cunha, who started this game off with the early goal, but we've now had 3 more since then, and it's 2 apiece. Mainu, good movement by him, good tackle though by McAllister, who brings it out of defence. Szoboszlai has been excellent in the second half and finds Frimpong trying to get beyond Cunha, plays it into the United box. Maguire can't get there, it's back towards Gakpo turns and shoots, and it's deflected over the top. That goal by Gakpo, incidentally, is his 5th goal against Manchester United. He got one in the defeat in October, so he knows how to score against them. Gakpo, who celebrates his 27th birthday on Thursday. Florian Wirtz actually celebrates his 23rd birthday today, but hasn't had a very happy birthday. Now Liverpool have a corner. It's their first of the game in the 63rd minute, and Szoboszlai, who has scored and assisted for the 2 goals, will take the corner. I mean, if this goes in, I mean, all hell will break loose amongst the visiting fans, because I'd imagine at half-time they were pretty despondent. Referee telling Szoboszlai to get on with it, just wipes his face with his shirt and prepares to deliver the ball right-footed into the United penalty area. In it comes. Gakpo's comprehensively beaten in the air by Casemiro. Here's Jones. Back out it goes to Szoboszlai, I should say. Swings it in. Van Dijk still up there, gets a touch, but harmlessly rolls through to Senna Lamens, who again has gone short. It's worked okay this time. Shaw has the ball at his feet, deep inside his own half. Finds Casemiro, whose range of passing has been fantastic. That is a brilliant ball to Mbeumo, but that is a brilliant block by Kerkez, who's just come on. I think it might be a goal kick, but what a ball by Casemiro. He's played a couple like that. That is brilliant defending by Kerkez, because there were 2 on him, and he had to prevent both of them from getting a touch.
Do you know why he had to prevent him? Because he played them onside. he was in the wrong position.
Well, at least he quickly atoned for his error.
And it was a poor touch from Bueno, really. It was an opportunity there. 2 against 1.
It is a goal kick. Virgil van Dijk is standing over it. 64 minutes played in what's turned into a thriller. Don't forget, we've got Villa against Tottenham in a huge game at both ends for both clubs. Villa chasing the Champions League, Tottenham Hotspur trying to avoid the Championship. I was told that Coventry fans celebrating their final game of the season with a massive win at Watford, which it's been a fantastic season. Coventry back in the top flight. We're singing to the Watford fans, we're going to Arsenal, you're going to Tottenham. Suggesting that Tottenham are going to go down. That's become a new thing, I think, amongst championship teams.
Tottenham are just such a big sell, weren't they? If you talk about them in the Championship, they're going to be massive. Well, if they were to go down for the EFL.
Well, I mean, I tell you, for some of the teams that haven't been in the Premier League recently, fantastic trip to Tottenham, because the stadium is unbelievable. I mean, it really is an incredible arena, and it deserves better than Championship football. But if if you're a Bristol City supporter, or
or Lincoln City,
Preston, Lincoln City, or teams who haven't played in the Premier League, they go there for the first time. It's a marvellous arena. Here you haven't missed much, because there's been a couple of stoppages, and there's another now. A free kick committed by Cunha on Szoboszlai, who takes it quickly and finds McAllister. McAllister over on the far side to Jones, who swings it in. Frimpong's not had the best of afternoons, has he? And it's a fairly clumsy connection with his right foot. Slices behind for a goal kick.
I think sometimes if you're able to get back managers managing players, you'll say to someone like Frimpong, you say, cut your hair. Go back to basics. First and foremost, cut your hair.
It's like joining the army. Here's Curtis Jones, right-hand side for Liverpool, who've transformed things very quickly in this second half. Jones again, we're almost at the midway point in the second half, which has been thoroughly compelling. Here's Szoboszlai, who's done more than anyone to get Liverpool into the position they currently occupy at 2-2. And that's a foul by Cunha, is it? Yes. It's a foul.
I don't think he touched him. I really don't think...
He claims he didn't touch him, but the referee...
he didn't.
My initial reaction was that he did, but...
I can't see the quick... No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. I'll tell you what, players have become incredibly clever at sort of making it look like they've been fouled when they haven't.
I just think sometimes got carried. There's people.
It looked a foul to me.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people in rooms now. They can help you.
Yeah.
Got them there, you can use it. Just say quick, it's not foul. If anything, you can always go back quickly.
Yeah. Free kick to Liverpool. Anyway, foul or not.
Plus, you can.
It's going to be taken by Szoboszlai. Yeah. Well, Liverpool probably look like the more likely scorers since they made it 2-2. Szoboszlai with his right foot delivers. That's a good delivery. It's a chance. Lamans manages to scramble away, and somehow Manchester United kept the ball out of the net. I'm not sure how. It was another melee inside the 6-yard box, and Liverpool almost made it 3-2 there as the ball is headed out of play by Dalot. Lamans, I think, reacted quickly to block it. He'll be keen to atone for that dreadful error he made earlier. It was Szoboszlai with the corner. It could have hit Van Dijk, went goalwards, and then Lamans managed to scrape it away. Here's Frimpong. Liverpool, a better team at the moment, but Frimpong looks like he's going to lose out with that tussle with Cunha, but he's going to throw right by the corner flag on the near side. And Liverpool fans are beginning to think that maybe they can grab a victory. If they did, they'd have 61 points. Bournemouth can only get 61, and Liverpool have a better goal difference. So if they won the game, they are virtually in the Champions League. But a defeat for Manchester United would mean that they would have 60 points, and Bournemouth could theoretically overtake them. Ball slipped down the line. Shaw, safety first, puts it out for a corner. Liverpool dominating proceedings at the moment.
I just can't get any momentum now with the ball, Manchester United. They need to go, you used the words earlier, go back to basics at this moment in time. They're not connected. The substitution at the moment has distorted them. It didn't help the fact that Ahmad gave the ball away for them to score the first goal. Ahmad hasn't been in the game.
No.
And Bueno's been a bit of a threat, but he needs players on either side to get into the game. Cunha's not in the game. You look in midfield, Casemiro's out of the game. They're not keeping the ball. defensively they've been taken wide and Liverpool are cutting through the middle.
Szoboszlai with another chance to create something from a corner. A goal and an assist already from him. In he comes, flicked on at the near post, but Bruno Fernandes is there to repel the danger with a clearance that goes almost back to halfway. Wirtz plays it back to his goalkeeper Freddie Woodman, who's had a fairly quiet second half. And he saw that, and Burmo back heel hit the post. Here he is in Burmo now, just wriggling away from his marker and winning a throw-in off Szoboszlai right in front of the two managers who are virtually shoulder to shoulder in their technical areas. Carrick in his familiar black t-shirt and black jacket combo. Slot is also in black but in more casual attire. Here's Harry Maguire finding Kobbie Mainoo. We're into the last 20 minutes of what's been another hugely entertaining encounter between these teams who are meeting for the 218th time. They are the two preeminent teams in terms of the English title. They've won it 40 times between them. But Liverpool have won it much more recently than Manchester United. Neither of them are going to win it this year, of course. But they need to be in Europe. That is the absolute bare minimum, isn't it, for these two clubs?
It is. It's
the Champions League.
When you look at it, it's how the clubs are gearing everything now.
Yeah, with financially and everything. Yeah.
It's not first thing on their mind is, oh, we want to win it. No, we need to be in it.
We need the money, yeah.
Which is sad,
and
really.
And the rewards are huge. Bruno Fernandes will take the free kick for Manchester United. Knocks it long into the box.
Oh,
this was a free header for Casemiro, who's headed it straight at Freddie Woodman. And if there's one player on the pitch you'd expect to bury a header, and I'm not entirely sure what on earth the Liverpool defenders were doing, because the man who, you said it first half, the best header of a ball probably in the division, was given absolute freedom.
And he could have brought it down as well.
Yes, here's Shaw. Fernandes again, clipping it away towards the far side. Ahmad collects it. Dallow's on the overlap. Ahmad cuts inside, not able to get a cross away, but he has found Dallow now. Dallow to Fernandes. Fernandes with the cross. Van Dijk with a header. It's looped up. It's headed back by Casemiro, and there's no one in a red shirt on the near post. But I'd be surprised if this game finishes 2-2. What I wouldn't be prepared to say is who's going to win it. But you can feel another goal, can't you?
Oh, you certainly can when it goes in there. But United have to move the ball quicker. Yeah. That is their strength, of playing at a tempo.
Florian Wirtz draws a free kick from Fernandes. Fernandes is angry with the referee, protesting his innocence quite loudly. We'll have another look at it here. I think probably it was just about, but I don't think Wirtz conned the referee. But I think there was slight contact which brought him down.
Yeah, well, I think we have to look at it. If that was someone done the same to Fernandes,
no, absolutely. Yeah. So a free kick to Liverpool. 73 minutes on the clock. Szoboszlai, who's been very, very productive today, and they're going to ping on Rio and Gamoa in just a moment. Liverpool. I mean, he might be the joker in the pack, if you like. He might be the X factor they need. Yeah, well, he's probably the only player on the bench who might change a game.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. And he's going to be up against Dallow as well, who isn't the best defender.
Well, before he comes on, we're going to have a free kick. Szoboszlai placing the ball on that. I don't know why the referee's being so particular about this, because he's put the little spray mark down and Szoboszlai's put it behind him. The referee seemed quite obsessed with the position of the ball. I'm not sure why.
That's him, by the way.
Anyway, Szoboszlai with the... I've got a feeling Szoboszlai might go for goal here, you know, looking at him. The way he's looking at it, the way he's standing. And we've seen him score spectacular free kicks throughout the season. Is he going to go for the spectacular here, or is he going to dink it in for a cross? We'll find out in a minute. Here he is, it's a shot, and it's blocked by Dallow, who was one of the two in the Manchester United wall. Back it comes from Kerkez, cross towards Frimpong. Shaw wins the header. Cunha gets away from his man, pulled back by Jones. That'll be a yellow card, I think the first of the game.
No, it's not. No, I'm sure there was someone else got one.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Luke Shaw's had one,
there's so much going on that I haven't been writing my little
Luke Shaw's got one, isn't
notes down. So substitutions are going to be. You're absolutely right. Luke Shaw has been booked. So that's the first Liverpool booking. Nguema is coming on for Frimpong, which doesn't surprise me at all.
And then Dorgu's coming on.
And Patrick Dorgu for Manchester United, and Mbeumo is the player coming off. Dorgu has been out since January, so it's good to see him back. And Mbeumo, who hit the post with a back heel, gets the applause, and Patrick Dorgu is back on. He scored a couple of really good goals before he got injured, Dorgu. In fact, he scored in his last 2 appearances in that win against Arsenal and also against Manchester City, so he's scored in 2 huge games. If he can score in this huge game, he might just win it for United. That's a poor ball out of defence, nowhere near Ahmad. We're in the last 15 minutes of the game. Rio Nguema, who just has Rio on his shirt, the 4th youngest all-time Premier League scorer. Scored on his debut, remember, in a thriller at Newcastle, 4-3. And also recently on target at Fulham.
I'm just wondering who's going to go through the middle now. Is it going to be Cunha? But
McAllister driving it forward. Dalot to Maguire, who gets it back to Dalot. Dalot on the edge of the pitch goes striding through, keeps his balance. Casemiro, they're all shouting man on. Casemiro just about noticed that and managed to keep the ball in United's possession, and Kobbie Mainoo has it now on halfway, finding Shaw to Dorgu, who gets his first touch and swivels neatly and finds Mainoo again. Mainoo, I should say. Fernandes to Cunha. Cunha, lovely ball. Shaw has got goal side down the line, plays the ball in. Ahmad is at the back post, heads it back towards Casemiro. Yeah. And it's hit by Kobbie Mainoo from the edge of the box. A wonderful strike, side-footed, low and hard into the corner. Kobbie Mainoo has restored Manchester United's lead with 13 minutes left. It's Manchester United 3, Liverpool 2. We said there'd be another goal. There it is, and it was a good one.
It was a good one. We wasn't brave enough to say which way it was going to go, John. But in the end, I think if you wanted someone to score a winning goal for you, I'm quite sure the fans would love it to be Kobbie Mainoo.
Yeah.
And he's gone and done it with a wonderful finish. Didn't slash it, he just took his time and he just placed it. Not a chance for Woodman in the goal, really, because he placed it. And it was something different. We're seeing Luke Shaw get to the byline. He's headed back by Ahmad.
Ahmad did well, actually.
He did do really well. And it's flicked away, I think, by... It looked like it flicked away. McAllister flicks away. Not a great clearance. And we're saying inside the D, at the centre of the D, from the front of the box. Bang, 3-2 Manchester United.
It's a lovely finish. It's his first goal of the season. First goal since May. And he steered it beautifully into the corner. It really was an excellent strike. He scored against Liverpool in a 2-2 draw here at the end of the previous season, and he's got a goal here that might well be a winner. But such is the nature of this game that I don't think even the most fervent Manchester United fan who is currently celebrating that goal will 100% say, well, that's the winner, because there are goals everywhere. It's been a great game, hasn't it?
It has. It's definitely got better. Definitely started the second half. It started really well. Yeah. But United, when they do get in front in games, they seem to take their foot off the gas. Massively take their foot off the gas. And we've seen that. We've seen that, and it's proven that. And what's happened at the start of the second half, players just stop doing what's been right initially. They go back and try different things. Why change?
To be fair to Ahmad, he made a dreadful error for the Liverpool goal that brought them back in it at 2-1. I thought he did well at the back stick there, because he was up with Kirkes. He's not the most physical, he's not the tallest, he's not the best in the air, but he got the header down, which forced the McAllister slice, which allowed Mainoo to score, so credit to him.
Well, I think he'll be feeling a little bit better in himself as well.
He certainly will. He's had a part in a goal.
Yeah, I mean, but just by... don't know the player, but just by the way he is and that, I just think something like that would bother him.
Here's Shaw, and United have given the ball away, but they've won it back. Mainu, what a player he's been. I mean, we talked about it in the first half, didn't we? The astonishment we both felt about the fact that Ruben Amorim didn't think he was good enough. I mean, Ruben Amorim must be a pretty poor judge of players if he actually thinks that Kobbie Mainoo is not good enough. But
I don't think he's enjoying watching Manchester United play at the moment. It'll be hurting him.
Here's Wirtz. 10 minutes left. Liverpool got it back to 2-2, but they're now going to have to find another goal, because as it stands, Manchester United are definitely in the Champions League and Liverpool would still have work to do. That ball is won in midfield. Here's Cunha. United have got 4 against 2 here. It's Matheus Cunha finding Dorgu. It's not the best ball. Dorgu stumbles over. In truth, the quality of the pass wasn't good enough, really. And then Szoboszlai is fouled by Fernandes.
You can't give a yellow card. He's just gone to win the ball.
He's going to give a yellow card to the United captain.
I just think he just tried to win the ball as he had a right to. He's made no contact with Szoboszlai either. Yeah, he got himself caught up. He's on the wrong foot for Dorgu. Wrong choice. I don't.
I'm not sure I agree with you, Paul. I think Fernandes has dived in. He's taken his heel. It's deliberate. I think that is a yellow card.
Well, I don't know if it's. I'm not having deliberate, to be perfectly honest. And plus, as well, he's gone.
I don't think he can complain. But that was a really good break, and then it just wasn't quite the right ball. Well, it wasn't a bad ball. To be fair, Jones, who's not a regular right back, positionally did well there. He got himself in the right position to make it difficult for Dorgu.
All Dorgu could have done from there was cross the ball, really. Yeah. Was never going to score.
Well, another United goal surely would finish it, but it's not over yet. And here come Liverpool once more in this end-to-end thriller. And now then, young Ngumoa, what can he do? Double step over. He's a skillful player. He shoots, but he puts it wide. And Szoboszlai is waving his arms and looking at it as if to say a square ball across the edge of the box might have been better, but you can't question the boy's confidence.
No, that's the bit about it. He's a young lad. You don't want to take it away from him. No. There's a better way of delivering something to him rather than flapping and waving your arms like that. Because I'll tell you what, Szoboszlai, he weren't going to be able to hit that first time, and there was there's about at least 2 Manchester United players in and around him.
He's still 17 years old. He's Liverpool's youngest ever scorer in the Premier League. Of course, Max Dowman now holds the record. He beat James Vaughan, didn't he, with that goal recently against Everton. Here we've got 8 minutes left. We don't really want it to end, this game. It's been an absolute cracker. You
say that to the Manchester United fans, I bet.
They do, yeah. All right, the neutrals don't want it to end amongst us. I wouldn't include you as a neutral. Despite your journalistic adherence to impartiality. Here's Gakpo, and it's McAllister, and it's Szoboszlai. Maguire has scraped it away. It's come out to Florian Wirtz, confronted by Dorgu, plays the ball back to Curtis Jones. Jones into the box, header away is by Dalot. It'll drop for Gravenberch, who somehow managed to clatter it against a United player. Matheus Cunha lets the ball go, gets the ball back into play, and then Dorgu with a Rabona. Fernandes with a Rabona towards Dorgu.
That was a bit unnecessary.
It was a bit unnecessary. It was very much kind of, this is what I can do, but it doesn't really help the team. But
it was better off if he just controlled it and kept possession.
Precisely. Here's Ngumoa again. United are going to be watchful whenever he's got the ball, that's for sure. Gakpo is tackled. It comes through towards Gravenberch. He finds Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz looks to cut in from the right-hand side. Jones is available as well. Here's Curtis Jones. Back to Wirtz. Jones again. And now Szoboszlai. Florian Wirtz for a third time. Still no cross from Liverpool. Szoboszlai with a little flick back to Jones. They're playing it neatly around the edge of the box, but they need a final flourish, and they don't get one. And then Fernandes is furious with the referee for not getting a free kick. He needs to concentrate, though, because Ngumoa has it on the far side and finds Gakpo, who shoots weakly, and Lamons gathers. The United fans are incensed, as was Bruno Fernandes, that they didn't get a free kick there, but it doesn't matter because the ball has ended up in the clutches of their goalkeeper.
But the referee actually blocked Fernandes getting the ball. Fernandes would have got the ball.
Yeah. Oh, it was that, yeah.
That's what that was. And Fernandes was going mad. Even I went ref.
6 minutes to go, plus stoppage time at Old Trafford. We've been treated to another thriller between teams who've so often in the past delivered them. Arnie Slot, it turns ball boy as he throws the ball quickly to Wirtz. He needs to get things going. As it stands, Liverpool 58 points. Villa would overtake them if Liverpool lose, and Villa can get at least a point against Spurs. Well, that's clever from Casemiro, isn't it? He's driven through midfield. He knows that Gakpo's going to have a nibble at him, and it was a foul, and it just takes the sting out of it. I mean, Casemiro's been unbelievably good this season, hasn't he?
Oh, he has.
I mean, it's a shame he's leaving.
No, it is a shame.
It's a shame,
but it's the right decision. Because everyone keeps talking about, he should stay, keep it. But no, he knows. Go out on a high.
The other reason is, I'm told that if United reach the Champions League, it triggers a 25% increase in wages, and Casemiro is their highest earner, so he's going to cost them an absolute fortune. Anyway, here's Shaw. Now then, Dorgu crosses, it's blocked by Konate, clipped away by Liverpool towards Wirtz. Has he controlled it and kept it in? Just about, yes. Good tackle though by Casemiro. Again, Casemiro has... Well, here's Mainu. We'll talk about Casemiro in a minute. Mainu, can he get another? No. It hits Van Dijk. What Casemiro has done is he seems to have taken control of midfield to make sure that, or try and make sure that Manchester United nurse this advantage. Ingamoa, though, driving down the flank. It's a brilliant run by the youngster, but unfortunately he's just carried it too far. But that was wonderful skill all the way down the lap. It was like George Best in his prime, wasn't it?
The thing that I just loved there was watching someone out wide who was happy going on the outside of people. Not all this cut inside and am I going to shoot, am I going to curl it? He wanted to get to that byline to deliver across.
I mean, you were a right back. There are certain left-sided mid. I'm sure even in your day you knew what they were going to do.
Oh, yeah.
What you don't want is a winger and you're thinking, which way do I go? And if I commit, I could be in serious trouble.
That's correct, John. Absolutely correct.
Yeah, Cunha's going off. He's back in the side after missing the Brentford win with an injury, but he got the first goal. He's been replaced by Joshua Zirkzee, who's only got 2 in 22 this season and 1 in 15 games. And Chiesa, the Italian striker, is on as well for Liverpool for the final 3 minutes plus stoppage time. Konate has gone off for the visitors, who have now committed Chiesa to try and find a goal from somewhere. He's a player who's had a strange career at Anfield. Never seems to start. This is his 28th, his 30th Premier League appearance, and he's been substituted in 28 of them. What happened there, Paul?
Just the referee again. It was just amazing how he must be one of the leading people trying to change a contact sport into a non-contact sport. Amazing.
Here's Curtis Jones, near side for Liverpool, who are running out of time. Not sure how much stoppage time there will be. Not a huge amount in terms of injuries, but obviously a flurry of subs. Probably 5 would be my guess. Maybe a little more. Here's McAllister, centre midfield for Liverpool, pushing and probing and trying to produce a goal that would be hugely valuable to them. Kierke's to Ngamo again. He's trying to get past Dalot. Dalot's done well there, but the youngster shows his competitive nature and his strength and aggression as well to win the ball back. Here's Virgil van Dijk on the edge of the centre circle inside United territory. Finds McAllister. McAllister to Ngamo. They're looking for him now every time, aren't they? He plays it back to McAllister. And now it's Van Dijk again. Curtis Jones has it. Oh, it's a poor ball. It's intercepted by Shaw, and Dorgu will bring it forward. Fernandes pushes it forward for Dorgu to chase. It's not a particularly good ball, but at least it's taken it away from Liverpool in United's half.
But I mean, that's not Dorgu. Dorgu's to feet. He's not going to running behind people.
Casemiro again has won the ball and played a clever ball to Zirkzee. Zirkzee to Ahmad. We're in the final minute at Old Trafford. Ahmad is just held up and pushes it back. Casemiro with a brilliant ball to Dorgu. Dorgu thinks about a shot, might still does.
No.
Poor effort, left foot, he screwed it wide. but that was another example of Casemiro just completely setting the pace in midfield.
Oh, he's done that. That's what he's done the last 15, 20 minutes.
Brilliant player.
He's been like the best player on the pitch, and his challenges as well. He's actually nicking the ball in front. He's not getting physical at all. He's reading where the player's going to take the ball, and he's intercepted so many.
When he does finally retire, I'm sure, to some luxurious Brazilian beach home, he's going to need a very big trophy cabinet, isn't he, to stick all his cups and awards and medals in. 5 times a Champions League winner, twice in finals against Liverpool, of course, when he was at Real Madrid, and he's on the verge of beating Liverpool here. We're up to 90 minutes. We'll find out in just a moment from the 4th official, Anthony Taylor. 5 is the verdict, so I think that's right. Liverpool would have wanted more. Manchester United will be pleased that it isn't 6 or 7. Here's Szoboszlai. Great tackle by Luke Shaw. Bobby Mainu finds Ahmad. Ahmad is held back. Silly foul to concede by Kerkez at this stage. It wastes time and it invites pressure. And United will be in no hurry to take this whatsoever. It's midway inside the Liverpool half, just to the right of centre. Don't forget, we've got another potentially explosive encounter coming. Aston Villa currently 5th, but they could go above Liverpool, up against Tottenham Hotspur, who will be out of the bottom 3 if they win. The ball clipped forward by United towards Joshua Zirkzee, who get a touch, and Bruno Fernandes has spooned a complete miss kick up in the air, and it's been held by Woodman. Fernandes is sitting on the ground appealing, but they're not going to stop Liverpool, and they don't have to, because it's not a head injury, and the referee, I think correctly, is saying get on with it. I'm not worried about Fernandes. He's waving his arm as if to say stop the game. He doesn't have the right to stop the game. Here's Liverpool then, and it's a good one forward. Kerkez tries to clip it back and takes a deflection, and Lamens is alert at his near post just to dive onto the ball and claim it. I'm not sure how bad that Fernandes injury is, but I mean, what he needs to do is get up and help his team, and he has got up now, and he's waving his arm. He's not helping Manchester United now. He's making a fuss about nothing when he needs to be concentrating on seeing out a 3-2 lead.
Again, you look at him.
He's strolling, still waving at the referee.
I know, you want your leader to lead, not to be the one doing what he's doing.
That's my criticism of him as a captain. He spends too much time moaning about things that don't matter and not concentrating on things that do.
Still going now at the referee.
I mean, if they concede a goal here, you know, what will he think? I mean, he's just being ridiculous, in my opinion. Here's Jones, midway inside the Manchester United half. We've had 2 minutes of stoppage time. There are less than 3 that remain. Jones once more for Liverpool finds Florian Wirtz over on this near side, who looks like his 23rd birthday. He's not going to be as happy as he hoped it would be. Szoboszlai to Gravenberch. There is still time for Liverpool as Kerkez pushes it out wide to Rio Ngamoa, who's been mercurial on that left flank since he came on. But United at the moment are keeping Liverpool at bay. It's Gravenberch who's the last man back in black and white, finds Chiesa. Now it's Ngamoa. Ngamoa will cut inside. They don't want to commit a foul. Ngamoa still has it. Oh, he's put it behind Szoboszlai. It's not a very good ball, but Liverpool still have possession. Szoboszlai finds Wirtz. Wirtz with an awkward touch. Shaw gets a prod in. Here's Florian Wirtz, and he's got Chiesa over on the far side looking to take on Ahmad. There's the cross. It's a decent one, but it's too high, and Zirkzee will shield it away. That's good play by Zirkzee to find Dorgu, and Dorgu trying to get past his man. He's done. The referee. He's given Liverpool a free kick.
Unbelievable.
That's a strange decision.
That is a poor decision. The momentum of the player going over, all he was doing was going past him.
Well,
he slips. He actually slips.
I'm not sure. There might have been a bit of an arm on Jones by Dorgu, but whether it's enough to award a free kick, I don't know. Dorgu, to his credit, stayed on his feet and was trying to get forward. As it is, Liverpool have a free kick. There is just over a minute left for them to try and rescue this situation. They've won their last 3 games in a row. They haven't won 4 in a row since the start of the season. That's a poor delivery by Szoboszlai. Back it comes from Kerkez. Shaw is underneath it. That's a good header because it's taken it away and wide and out of danger. We're in the last minute. Chiesa takes the throw. Fernandes is snapping in and does brilliantly well to knock the ball against Chiesa. It's a Manchester United throw-in, and Fernandes is celebrating it as if it's a Manchester United goal. But it might just be enough. They've got a throw-in. There are 30 seconds to go. This thrilling game is possibly going to reach. I don't understand why Manchester United are making a substitution here. They're bringing on Lenny Yoro for Fernandes. What all this is going to do is add a minute. I've never understood it. If I was a manager, I would think there are 10 seconds to go. Stay on the pitch instead. And now Fernandes is arguing with the referee. The referee's going to add on 2 minutes here, and they could easily concede. It's madness. I just don't get it. It's baffled me for years and years and years. But you're not wasting time anymore by making a substitution because the fourth division's adding it all on.
And then you're bringing on another defender, a defender who's not up to the tempo.
It's mad.
To go and sit in the middle.
We've had 95 minutes. I'd be surprised if this one doesn't go to at least 97. It's taken a minute and a half for this throw-in to come in. It finally does from Shaw, who finds Xerxes. That's good from Xerxes. And United are on the break here. It's Ahmad. He's got support. It's a chance for Dalot, and he's banged it miles wide. Terrible effort by Dalot, who should have at least tested Woodman, but he hasn't. That would have completely ended it. As it is, the United fans are whistling, but and it is full time. Well, I expected another minute. Doesn't matter. Manchester United have won again under Michael Carrick. That is his 10th victory in 14 games as manager. Kobbie Mainoo with a brilliantly taken winner in an absolute thriller of a game. The first half was a canter for Manchester United. Mateus Cunha on 6 minutes, and then Benjamin Šeško on 14, put them in total control. But within 2 minutes of the second half, restarting, Dominic Szoboszlai scored a brilliant individual goal. Brian Mbeumo then backheeled against the post for United, and on 56, a horrible mistake by Senna Lamens allowed Szoboszlai to set up Gakpo for a tap-in. 2-2, and at that point you thought Liverpool might nick it, but they didn't, because Kobbie Mainoo, with his first goal of the season, brilliantly converted, and it's finished. Manchester United 3, Liverpool 2 on Premier League Live. And Mbeumo from their remaining 3 games to be absolutely sure, because Bournemouth currently in 6th place, which may be enough for a Champions League place in itself, won earlier today. So Paul, I mean, it was a thrilling game. United looked to have won the game at half-time, but, you know, Liverpool, to their credit, came back. But Mainu, as you said, very popular match winner.
Yes, he definitely was and will be a popular match winner. But United just took their foot off the gas. Ahmad, come on.